Finally, we come to the moment that we've been waiting for, the moment in which we will travel to Honduras. We have done a lot of preparation to this day, and the guys have worked very hard to make sure that we have a plan in place, that we can arrive to Honduras with the best fitness condition that we can. We understand that it's always difficult when you don't have the chance to be able to compete many matches, but the excitement of the group is, you can sense it, and we're glad finally that we're traveling tomorrow to Honduras. And a couple of updates that I will give you through this press conference. I will start with talking a little bit about where Seba is at the moment. Seba is getting very, very close. He will travel with us. He will be with us in Honduras. Jeremy, he injured his hamstring this past week, and he's recuperating little by little. So we don't have a time frame right now to be able to say when he will be back. But at the moment, he's getting a treatment, rehab, and hopefully he's going to be able to be available soon, which I believe so, knowing him as well. Couple of good news in regards to signing. We signed Ish Jom coming from the USL as a backup left back. He also is a versatile player. He can play also a little bit higher on the field. He brings some things that are very unique and interesting for us in the attacking front. And he's done very well during the time that he's been with us here in preseason. So to deserve the opportunity to be able to be part of this group, and the respect of everyone is there for him as well. So we're glad that he's been able to sign with us. The extension for Darren Asprilla is great. I'm excited for that as well. He's been doing very well, and hopefully continues in the way he's been shown his work this week during preseason as well. So that's another very good news. And then Jorge Gonzalez from T2 has signed as well with us, but we have loaned him to Louisville, so he will be playing for them this season for the USL. So these are the updates that I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware.
And we will open it to questions, beginning with Paul Danzer, Portland Tribune.
Hey, Gio, thanks for doing this. Just talk a little bit about the challenges that Marathon presents and the way they play, and preparing for what you're going to see from them.
Yeah, so Marathon is a team that has been struggling in their season in Honduras. But if you watch the matches, they have been always competitive. They have a style of play that they believe in. They all, very much engaged to that style of play, and it's complicated. It's a difficult team. They don't stop running. They pressure you constantly. Sometimes they go at you 1v1. So we have done a lot of videos and studies and research, and showing the players and planning to make sure that the players have their ideas very clear, what this team idea of play is, the style of play. And we know that these type of teams in Central America, South America as well, they're always complicated, because also this tournament gives the opportunity for them to be able to show that they're competitive, give them the chance to be able to concentrate in this competition, trying to do the best that they can, because in the regular season, they're not doing well. So they're looking forward to this match. So we're going to get a team that's going to be very much engaged, difficult to play against, but we're very prepared, and not only prepared to what we already know, but also we have done a lot of work to make sure that our guys understand that there's going to be things that are going to be not expected, that we need to adapt quickly. And I think this is a very key component of if you want to be successful in CCL, is how you adapt to the things that you're going to find in these countries that will make every day a difficult situation, from the grass, from the rain, from so many variables that we will find there.
Okay, we'll go to Richard Farley, timbers.com.
Coach, in your opening remarks, you talked about the long lead up to this very anticipated game. To what extent has that anticipation and that time made this preseason different from the other preseasons that you've had with the team?
Yeah, so it's definitely been different for so many reasons. The fact that it's been long, the fact that we didn't start in January as we expected. We had to wait for so many reasons to start later. We had to do individual training. But as I mentioned before, the positive side is that the guys came back, in the 90%, I would say, all fit to be able to start preseason. The level of excitement and learning lessons that I think 2020 gave us, you can sense it in the players coming back. And I think even though the group is very excited to travel and to start right now CCL, which is definitely a competition that we all feel very proud to be part of and excited about it. We have a calmness that we understand that we need to go there, perform, stick with our plan, make sure that we execute what we've been working on, and this is very important. I have a lot of maturity in this first match, and you cannot get there and be overexcited because these matches are very difficult, especially the first leg and when you play away. So the guys are very much prepared to be emotional balance, and this is, I think, a good thing that we have with the team, and this shows the maturity that the players have.
Kyle Garcia, Stumptown Footy.
Coach, kind of going along with the idea of the of kind of this long preseason building up to a very important match, I was just kind of wondering with, the new players that have come in, with the old ones that are returning, people like Saba who are coming back from injury and working their way back to 100%. What's kind of your biggest takeaway from like what this team can be for this upcoming CCL tournament, and then also just for the MLS season in general? What's kind of the biggest takeaway that you have from this past preseason when it comes to your squad?
I think I have to say what I have said so many times last year, that the strength of this group is the group and not the individuals. Yes, we have good players. We have players that when they recover, they will make us a better team. But the strength of the group continues to be the group. And if we have pieces missing, the mentality doesn't change. We have to continue to battle through it. We have to make sure that the guys that are available need to give everything that they have for us to succeed in our plan. And if you ask me, what is our goal this season, is always to be competitive. That doesn't change. We want to be able to be a difficult team to play every single match. We're going to concentrate in each match. And of course, I can say to you right now that we want to be MLS Cup, champions. We want to be CCL champions and represent, this country in the World Cup, FIFA in December. But the reality is that we need to be as good as we can be in our first match. This game coming up, the 6th, and we have planned, and we will plan accordingly for each match to hope that we can be as competitive. And then towards the end, we'll see what we have done, and hopefully it's going to be very good this year for us. I believe, at least in the group, very much, and I think the group, is 100% invested in giving everything that they have.
Tom Bogert, MLSsoccer.com.
Gio, nice to speak with you again. How important is it for a club like the Portland Timbers to play in, a competition like the CONCACAF Champions League, that it's a continental tournament meant for this region's elite?
Great question, because we feel very proud in so many ways to be able to have the chance to compete in the CCL for different reasons. First is we earn it in MLS back. So that's definitely something that, you take with you. But we represent a lot of things. We represent the United States. We represent Major League Soccer. We represent our city, our fans, our club. And we want to be competitive in the international competition. And so we're all excited about being part of it. We understand very much from the coaching standpoint for the players. We've been in international matches. We have played with national teams. Some players have been in Libertadores Cup. So we understand how difficult it is to be able to go abroad and play regardless to whatever country you have to go or whatever the team that you're going to play, is doing in their own competition. These are completely different matches. And we need to be very, very prepared, well planned, and execute what we plan for. But we have a big responsibility, and we're going to take it one game at a time. And hopefully the intention and the feeling of everybody is we want to go all the way. And try to make history for the United States, for MLS. And I'm sure that this is the same way that all the other teams are thinking, competing, representing MLS, Columbus, Philadelphia, Toronto, Atlanta. So I'm sure that they feel the same way. And for us, it's a moment of being proud because I think Portland Timbers always needs to be in this type of competitions. And this is very important for us.
Nick Krepke, KPTV.
Gio, we saw some of the players were able to get the vaccine last couple of days. How much of that is a sign of getting back to some normalcy in life on and off the field, knowing also that, you're going to have 25% capacity when you guys come back for the second leg here?
Yes. So I think, it's important to first say that, the players have waited for the right time to do this. We didn't want to skip, anything before we were able to go and get vaccinated. This virus, we have seen that it's been very, very vicious and it's gone against anybody, regardless the age, the fitness levels. And so we have to make sure also that now, especially that we go into Honduras, the guys need to be protected and that when we come back, that we can be also safe for the people that are around us and also in this environment that we have. So we're very appreciative to the fact that we have been able to be vaccinated, at least for the first shot. That will help tremendously. And hopefully everyone in the United States is going to have the opportunity for those that want it to be able to be protected as well. And I'm sure this is going to happen sooner than later. I've seen a lot of progress all around. And for us, I think it was an important step to protect the team and everyone around, ourselves as well. So you saw the pictures yesterday and, we're very appreciative for all that.
Joe Becker, K2.
Gio, good to see you. I was curious, how has training been going for the team? And, as the games are approaching, and then how much do you enjoy preparing for, say, a CONCACAF match compared to, say, an MLS match?
Practices have been great. The guys have done a great job to come here, the environment, the way they perform in practice, how their professionalism, how they come in every single practice to give their best and to keep improving and the belief that we have in the direction of our style of play and in who we want to be. Everybody's invested in that way. And we need to work hard to make sure that relates into winning games and being competitive. So the practices have been great. So we'll continue to, hope that our environment continues to be this way. I'm sure of that because we have great people, great players and very professional players to continue to do that. And preparing for games as a coach is always the fun part, to try to get on the opposition's mind and how, they thinking and how we're going to perform and the little details that go into that. And you always do that in MLS, US Open Cup and, Cascadia, all the competitions that you have. But when you go abroad now, you have to think beyond, the normal situations. You need to think about, how they think outside the United States. You have to think about conditions that are going to be different. You have to think about the countries that you're going to travel. And as I said before, the fortune personally that I have, and especially the group that we have, we have been in international competition, so we understand the difficulty to be able to go to so many different places. And we've been in Central America. I've personally been in many countries in Central America, so I do understand the conditions and what to expect. So we know that it's going to be a very, very tough game, difficult, but we are well prepared, and we hope that we'd execute the plan the best possible way to get the result that we need in this first leg.
Will Conwell.
Gio, we've seen some Timbers homegrowns training with the team and the team's media so far this preseason. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about them, their involvement, and if there's someone that you guys might look at as a potential homegrown player signing in the future.
Personally, I'm a huge believer in the young players, in the development of academy players, and in the path to the pros. I started as a youth director for the Red Bulls, Metro Stars, then Red Bulls. So I've done a lot of my life at the beginning when I retired in youth development. So for sure that this is an important component for me. It's an important component for our staff. And it's important for us to continue to bring these type of players that we see have potential to help us, with the first team. And we might find some of them, suited and ready to be able to continue to grow with the first group. So we are evaluating, we're looking, and there's possibilities that we might go that direction. But as of now, we're giving the opportunity to these players because they deserve it, because they have a talent that we feel that can continue to grow, being with the first group and with the first team, meaning. And so we're going to continue to do that as much as we can.
Al Pinel.
Yeah, Gio, you touched a little bit on CONCACAF Champions League and, of course, being 2 legs versus just 1. And more specifically, as a coach, how do you manage something like that, whether it be with player management or game management? And then is it something where you look at the importance of winning in the first leg, or at least how you manage that first leg and pertains to knowing you have a second leg at home? Just how do you look at that as a coach?
Definitely. You have to understand that this first leg is essential, is very important. And yes, you have a second match, but I think you have to build the conditions for your second match to be in a better stage for you to perform. So the planning that goes into the first leg, into the first match is always the toughest one, because I do believe that this first match is very decisive, because there's many things that go into it. First of all is it will facilitate the second match. Second is if you score 1 goal, remember in the tiebreaker, the goals away, they count double. So that's another huge motivation for us to make sure that we can get a good result. But also we know that the conditions there are going to be sometimes different than what you used to. So you need to plan accordingly. You have to have plan 1, plan 2, and plan 3 for so many reasons. And, and sometimes also you have a plan and now you have some injuries. For example, like Jebo. So now we need to make sure that all the guys adapt to what we want to execute and be prepared. But there's a lot of thinking, planning. We've been looking into this game for a while, and we want to make sure that we execute it the right way, because this first leg is crucial, as I see it, for these 2 legs that we have, and we want to continue to advance, and I think this is a key factor for us.
John Rojas.
Thank you, Gio. Gracias por el tiempo. Gio, un poquito en español sobre las dificultades de empezar una pretemporada con tantos protocolos, de empezar la temporada jugando el partido internacional que todo el mundo quisiera en ese torneo hacerlo tan bien, y lo que hablabas un poco de controlar la ida y vuelta en la serie.
Pues sí, finalmente llegamos a este partido que estábamos esperando con tanta ansiedad, porque hemos trabajado muy fuerte desde ya mucho tiempo. Los jugadores regresaron a la pretemporada físicamente preparados y mentalmente listos. y ahora que nos sentimos cerca de poder viajar, ya mañana salimos para Honduras, el martes jugamos, hemos puesto mucha planificación en este partido porque sabemos la importancia que tiene. Es el primer partido de la CCL, si no me equivoco. Queremos empezar de la mejor manera con los equipos de la MLS, porque representamos la MLS, representamos el fútbol de los Estados Unidos. Tenemos esa responsabilidad encima y la queremos manejar de la mejor manera con mucho orgullo. Y sabemos que este partido allá va a ser complicado. No importa cómo lo esté yendo Marathón en el campeonato, nosotros sabemos que es un equipo que tiene jugadores que te pueden complicar, que tienen una idea bien determinada de lo que quieren ser, y nosotros tenemos que ir con el plan y ejecutarlo de la mejor manera. Si queremos regresar acá a Portland en una condición para poder pasar el turno. Así que este partido es fundamental y nos hemos preparado muy bien para ello.
Nico Moreno.
Gracias, profesor Savarese. Dos preguntas rápidamente. La primera, entendiendo que la Concacaf Champions es un torneo tan único y que el fútbol hondureño es tan único, ¿cuál es el aspecto más importante para sacar un buen resultado en Honduras? Y segundo, Andy Polo aparentemente ya está cerca, a solamente días de tener todo arreglado para regresar a Portland. ¿Tiene usted pensado que se incorpore en Honduras con el equipo o va a llegar simplemente a Portland? Gracias.
Sí, bueno, primero empezando por la última pregunta, todo es posible. Polo parece que está llegando pronto su posibilidad de poder ya viajar. Ha sido muy larga la espera para poder tener a Polo de vuelta y bueno, estamos haciendo todo lo posible a ver si puede viajar y unirse a nosotros. Si no lo hace en Honduras, lo hará seguramente en esos días para regresar a Portland, pero estamos trabajando para ello. En la CONCACAF, en los partidos internacionales, yo creo que la parte más importante es cómo nos adaptamos a las cosas que vamos a conseguir y cómo podemos nosotros sacarle la mejor parte a todas esas situaciones que seguramente nos vamos a encontrar de todo tipo de aspectos. Hay que entender, no hay VAR, tenemos que entender de que las condiciones que vamos a encontrar en San Pedro Sula en relación a el calor, la humedad, el tipo de terreno, o sea, ya estamos preparados, ya hemos hablado mucho con los jugadores, sabemos cuáles son las dificultades que podemos encontrar, y yo creo que la parte más importante que nos puede dar a nosotros una vez cierta ventaja es qué tan rápido nos vamos a adaptar a cualquier situación nos vamos a encontrar en este primer partido, porque sabemos que vamos a jugar con un equipo complicado, duro, fuerte, y estamos preparados mentalmente para ello.
Okay, one more question from Jorge Alban. Go ahead, Jorge.
Buenas, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo está, Giovanni? Mucho gusto. Jorge Albán de acá de Perú. Siguiendo con la línea de Andy Polo, ¿cómo lo ve a Andy Polo en su estilo de juego? ¿Cómo va a encajar Andy Polo en esta nueva oportunidad que tiene con el Portland y este torneo? ¿Cómo va visora el desempeño de Andy en esta versión del Portland?
Sí, bueno, esperemos que primero que todo llegue lo antes posible y esperemos que en sus entrenamientos con la selección peruana que ha tenido durante estos días, que pueda llegar acá de la mejor manera física para integrarse rápidamente al grupo y poder contribuir a lo que necesitamos de él. Para mí, Andy es un jugador fundamental de este club por tantas razones, por lo que es como persona, por lo que nos da en la cancha, que es mucho. Es un jugador que es rápido, tiene una inteligencia para adaptarse rápido a lo que necesitamos, sea ofensivamente, defensivamente, nos da mucho equilibrio, da desborde para adelante, es un jugador que tiene mucha flexibilidad para jugar en diferentes posiciones y en diferentes sistemas, porque es muy inteligente tácticamente, y es un muchacho que físicamente tiene condiciones extraordinarias. Es uno que ha tenido experiencia en diferentes lugares. Sabemos que ha estado en México, ha estado en Italia. Y bueno, y para nosotros es un jugador que es fundamental, aparte de que dentro del grupo es una pieza importante por su personalidad y porque es un muchacho muy querido y a la final lo extrañamos, esperemos que llegue lo antes posible y sabemos que es un jugador que va a continuar yendo a la selección peruana porque creo que siempre lo ha hecho bien. Así que estamos muy contentos que él continúe con nosotros y esperamos su llegada prontamente.